Hello, everybody. This is Terrell. I'm back with another review, and today's review is going to be focused on Malcolm and Marie. I just watched it, and here's my review on the movie. Before I start, you are in 100% in agreement to disagree with me. If you don't like what I have to say, tell me what you liked about the movie, what you didn't like about the movie that I liked, and everything, etc. in the comment section down below. And no more talking. Here is my review. I will be talking about the good, the bad, and I will be spoiling things as well. So the movie is basically about two characters, well, the main protagonists, Malcolm and Marie. They return home from the premiere of Malcolm's brand new movie, and Malcolm is anxiously waiting for the reviews after he's talked to a couple of people that was already there, a couple of reviewers who told him in his face that the movie was good. So what I got from the movie was that Malcolm, he's a director, and Marie's his girl, but as the movie kept going forward, I came to the realization that both of them have issues to work on. Like Marie, she's a recovering addict, and the movie that Malcolm created and directed was basically about her life. And I understand where she's coming from as well in the movie, because in one main part of the movie that she has like a huge problem with is that out of all the people that Malcolm thanked, she wasn't thanked. And I can see where she's coming from. That was pretty foul to do. And what I got from the movie was that, like, every time I thought that the couple would be all goody, like would be all good, something else would pop up and they would have another argument and then another argument. Like, it just kept going on and on. And I see that the couple itself, they're not a good couple. Like, they definitely have their issues. Like, I could tell that they argue a lot, but it doesn't get to the point where like they probably like beat on each other or stuff like that. And once Malcolm gets his first review, it seems as if the movie was horrible, but the critic says at the very end that the movie itself was really good. And he goes off, and he really just went off and everything. What I liked about the movie itself was the fact that a lot of his different topics about how Hollywood, how critics are, how different topics were just brought up, such as, like I mentioned before, Hollywood, the critics, how toxic, how narcissistic it can be. Zendaya bringing up the point about how sensitive people are whenever something new is happening, because you know how people sensitive are in today's time. We are living in a PC era where you can't say the wrong stuff or do the wrong things and people will just be offended. Like, she made a real good point about that. What I liked about the movie was the casting. Like, John David Washington and Zendaya, their duo, it was a really good duo. I did enjoy the duo a lot. Like, the acting itself was really good. Like, the tension was there. Like, the arguments, like, both of them have some serious issues to work on. Like, Malcolm, he's too narcissistic. Marie, she's dealing with a lot of just demons, dealing just a lot of stuff from her past. And she was really upset in this movie about a lot of things about the movie. About how she wished that she would have been casted. And Malcolm said it himself that he gave her a chance, but she didn't take it. And at one point, I thought that freaking Marie was about to kill him. But it was just improv. Like, she really got me at that point. What I also enjoyed about the movie was the music selection as well. like in the very beginning with Malcolm dancing to that James Brown song, like that was a nice addition. And the songs that continue on throughout the movie, the setting itself, the house, like I liked it at the house, like the visual setting, how the house was designed and everything. I thought that was a nice touch. The director, Sam Levinson, like the directing was cool, how some of the edits were made. And movie itself wasn't bad, but the only thing I didn't like about the movie was the plot itself. Like them just arguing, like them like having like tense arguments throughout the movie was definitely getting a little tiring. Like I wanted something to happen. Like, yeah, I understand why Marie was upset. Like she was upset for a lot of things, and she's a recovering drug addict, and that's what I didn't like about the movie was the plot itself. Like the plot, like nothing serious happened besides them just arguing like a good 75% of the time, and them making out, like getting back together. Like I'm not going to say it was like an endless cycle of it happening, but it did happen quite a few times, and that was a little bit annoying. And I can see those two, John David Washington and Zendaya, being together in another movie. Like they can make some good movies. I could see them like being a good pairing together, but I say the plot itself in this movie really like hurt this movie. And I know some people are gonna be like, what are you talking about? Or you're stupid, like what do you mean? Like the plot itself was just them arguing a lot about different things, such as how critics can be toxic, how a lot of race issues was brought up as well, about how a lot of directors in Hollywood, whenever they try to like make something that they want to make, that they want to tell, like how they want to tell their story and not how they want to see it, how it could be bad, how it could just cause just a lot of problems, and how critics can just talk down on the movie, just trash the movie to threads. I've seen it a lot, and it's not good. And I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the critics, because some of the movies that I've seen with critics just dogging it down, I didn't agree with them. And there are other times that I do agree with them, and there are other times that I don't agree with them. Like they say the movie was good, but later on the movie was just horrible. Like, yeah. But Malcolm and Marie, the fact that they was able to film it during the pandemic is saying something. Like early on in the pandemic, like 3 months after the whole world changed and everything, like props for all of them. Like I give them props for that. But like I've said, the acting was good, the cast was good. Just like the setting of itself was good. How Malcolm is just tired of just all of the constant issues that white media portrays with directing and everything, with the critics and everything, as he's never gotten a good review in this movie in his directing abilities. Like, so he was just anxiously waiting on that. And Zendaya's remarks throughout the whole movie, like they both said a lot of just cold-hearted things that many people in real relationships would say. And at times I felt as if like they was just gonna just freaking like lose it, like go off on each other, like beat on each other, like fight. But thankfully nothing never happened and never got to that point, because I don't know what I would do after that. I would probably stop the movie, to be honest. But the movie itself ain't bad. The plot itself was just not that good. And how I would rate this out of stars, maybe 2.5 out of 3 stars. Like, I don't know. Like I've been like when I got the movie and everything, I saw that a lot of people did not like this movie. It was at like a 1.7. I was like, dang, it's not that deep. Like seeing those stars beforehand, I was really worried, but I have to see it for myself to make an opinion. And if it had a better plot, like a better story, this movie could have definitely worked. But it is what it is, and that is it for my review. If you liked the review, then hey, it's whatever. If you didn't, it's cool. Next movie will be Pulp Fiction. It will probably be out somewhere around maybe this week, if lucky, or next week. And that is all. Until next time, bye bye.